Welcome back to my channel, Travel Facts and Hacks. Today we are discussing a critical topic, the fastest collapsing countries for tourism in 2024. These destinations, once popular, are now facing severe challenges that make them unsuitable for travel. Number 1 will blow your mind. We're talking about places where political turmoil, economic collapse, or even natural disasters have created conditions that are simply too dangerous for casual travel. Number 7. We begin in South America, with a country that was once a jewel of the continent, Venezuela. Home to breathtaking natural beauty, from the Andes Mountains to the Caribbean coastline, Venezuela once drew millions of tourists every year. But over the past decade, the country has been gripped by a political and economic crisis of staggering proportions. Hyperinflation has rendered the local currency almost worthless. Food and medicine shortages are commonplace, and political instability has led to widespread violence and unrest. Most foreign governments have issued travel warnings urging their citizens to avoid all travel to Venezuela. Basic services like electricity and running water are unreliable at best. The tragedy of Venezuela is a reminder that even in the 21st century, stability can be fleeting and paradise can be lost. Number 6. Our journey takes us now to the Middle East, to a country ravaged by over a decade of civil war, Syria. Once home to some of the world's most treasured historical sites, Syria has become synonymous with conflict and devastation. The Syrian civil war, which began in 2011, has created one of the worst humanitarian crises in modern history. Millions have been displaced from their homes, and countless lives have been lost in the fighting. The conflict has also taken a devastating toll on Syria's cultural heritage, with many ancient sites damaged or destroyed. While there have been recent efforts to rebuild and attract tourists back to Syria, the security situation remains extremely volatile. Large parts of the country are still under the control of various armed groups, and the threat of terrorism and violence is ever present. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, and it will likely be many years before tourists can safely return to this war-torn nation. Number 5. Our next stop takes us to the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, to a country grappling with a humanitarian crisis of immense proportions, Yemen. Often overshadowed by other conflicts in the region, the war in Yemen has raged on for years, leaving a trail of devastation and despair. What began as a political struggle has spiraled into a complex proxy war, with regional and international powers vying for influence. The country's healthcare system has collapsed under the strain of the conflict, leaving millions without access to basic medical care. Outbreaks of preventable diseases such as cholera and diphtheria have become rampant, claiming the lives of thousands, particularly children. Indiscriminate airstrikes, shelling, and ground fighting have turned many cities and towns into war zones. The United Nations has described the situation in Yemen as the world's worst humanitarian crisis. It's a country on the brink where survival has become a daily struggle for millions. Number 4. Our journey now takes us to the Caribbean, to a nation grappling with a devastating combination of natural disasters, political instability, and deep-seated poverty, Haiti. Still reeling from the catastrophic earthquake that struck in 2010, Haiti has struggled to rebuild and recover. The earthquake exposed the country's vulnerability to natural disasters and its limited capacity to cope with such events. The country has been plagued by political instability for decades, with a history of coups, corruption, and weak governance. In recent years, gang violence has surged in Haiti, particularly in the capital, Port-au-Prince. Armed gangs control large swaths of the city, terrorizing residents and engaging in kidnappings, extortion, and other criminal activities. The lack of security, coupled with the ongoing economic and political challenges, has created a dire situation in Haiti, making it extremely difficult for the country to attract tourists or foreign investment. Number 3. We turn our attention now to Afghanistan. Known for its breathtaking landscapes and ancient sites like Bamiyan Valley, has faced decades of conflict and instability. A country that has been ravaged by conflict for decades and is now grappling with the resurgence of the Taliban. Following the withdrawal of US and NATO forces in 2021, the Taliban swiftly took control of Afghanistan, raising serious concerns about the country's future. The Taliban's return to power has had a profound impact on the lives of ordinary Afghans, particularly women and girls, who face severe restrictions on their freedoms. The security situation in Afghanistan remains highly volatile. The Taliban, despite their promises of amnesty, have been accused of carrying out reprisals against those who opposed them. The threat of terrorism also remains high, with groups like ISIS-K operating in the country. Given the current situation, it is extremely unsafe to travel to Afghanistan. Number 2. Our journey takes us next to the eastern shores of the Mediterranean Sea, to a country teetering on the brink of economic and social collapse, Lebanon. Once known as the Paris of the Middle East, Lebanon has been brought to its knees by a confluence of crises, leaving its people struggling to cope. At the heart of Lebanon's woes is a severe economic crisis, widely regarded as one of the worst in modern history. The Lebanese pound has lost over 90% of its value, plunging millions into poverty and wiping out the savings of countless families. Hyperinflation has become a daily reality, making basic goods and services unaffordable for many. The economic crisis has been compounded by political instability, corruption, and the devastating explosion at the port of Beirut in 2020. Lebanon's once vibrant tourism industry has been decimated, its people are struggling to survive, and its future remains deeply uncertain. Number 1. Our final stop takes us to Central America, to a country facing significant challenges, Honduras. Officially known as the Republic of Honduras, this nation has been grappling with numerous issues that have severely impacted its tourism industry. Honduras, once known for its pristine beaches and ancient Mayan ruins, has experienced a dramatic rise in violence and political instability. In 2024, the country's tourism industry is in a rapid decline due to political instability, high crime rates, and economic struggles. Honduras has become a less attractive destination for international travelers. Tourism in Honduras is heavily affected by safety concerns, with visitors often advised to stay within secure, government-sanctioned areas. Given the high levels of violence, corruption, and the ongoing socioeconomic issues, it is strongly advised to exercise extreme caution if considering travel to Honduras. Travel safely, stay informed. Thank you for watching. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the Americas to the Middle East to Asia. There are countless destinations where tourism is thriving, where cultures are eager to be shared, and where adventures await. As responsible travelers, it's crucial that we stay informed about the challenges facing our world, that we make conscious choices about where we go and how we travel. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more updates.